Yo, what's up, everyone? Dono here, and I recently just soloed to Celestial in this game. I'm a pretty competitive gamer. I'll put my ranks for the games I've got on the screen now.
Pick your hero.
And I got it last season, so before my rank becomes kind of completely irrelevant, I'll just give a guide for every rank in the game. Now, the guide's going to be in general. I'm not going to be specifically telling you what to do, but I'm going to be mainly pointing out the issues I think that most of these ranks have if you're in them or stuck in them. Obviously, we're going to start off with bronze, right? Is bronze the lowest? Well, whatever the lowest is, we'll just call it bronze. I think it's bronze. I don't know if it's different like in other games like iron or whatever it is. But man, if you're in bronze, let's just keep it real. Everything is wrong. Either you're not playing to win, you're playing just to have fun. Your mechanics are horrible, and you're not applying yourself. I would say you could only do one of those and get out of bronze. Like, you could apply yourself and not have good mechanics and still get out of bronze. You could have good mechanics and not be applying yourself and still get out of bronze. And honestly, if you're even looking at a video like this and care enough to be looking at a video like this, I can almost guarantee you're not in bronze. And I'm sorry if that's like insulting, but you could literally fix anything about your gameplay and be out of bronze. Now, silver, I actually do coaching on this game. So if you want to be coached, I coached a silver actually the other day. I'll kind of use his example about the critique I give on silvers. Silvers, they usually are one-track minded. They have no flexibility at all. They play the game one way and one way only. They pick their character and they do the same thing every game, no matter what. So for his instance, he was playing Cap, and every single time he would spawn in, he would run in, dive the backline, and die. And if it worked out, and he'd win the game. But if it didn't, he'd literally just still be doing the same thing over and over again. Now, silvers, I would say, are usually the same thing as bronze players. Man, doing this video makes me sound like very insulting, but that's really not what I'm trying to do. That's not my goal. Yeah, I would say silver. You're not the best at really anything, any form of your game, because if you were really good at mechanics, but you just weren't applying yourself to win the games, you could get gold or plat. Or if you were really applying yourself in every game, but just horrible with mechanics, you could at least get gold or plat. So I would say silver is a similar thing, right? Where you're kind of not the best at every aspect of the game. If you're at the bottom, really the only direction you can go is up. So work on everything. And I would say in the bottom ranks, it's honestly, you're really not trying to apply yourself. I have faith in every single one of you out there that if you really are trying, then you won't be these ranks. All right. Like, genuinely, you will not be these ranks if you're trying just a little bit. So apply yourself, critique yourself in everything, critique yourself in every move you make. Okay. And you will be out of these ranks. If you just are a little bit hard on yourself in any aspect of your game, you will not be bronze. You will not be silver. I promise. Now for gold, I would say a very similar thing. You're playing the game to have fun. You're not playing the game to win. You maybe just be picking your favorite hero, and that's all you really care to do every single time you load up the game. But you're decent mechanically. You're decent. You have a decent understanding of the game. It's just, you have to really ask yourself, are you there to win? And if you're not, fine. You're doing your thing and you just want to get on and have fun and play your game, play your favorite hero, and it is what it is. And then another thing for gold too, maybe like I would say gold or plat players, is like gold, plat, and even diamond, I'd say, is just a lot of lack of accountability, right? A lot of blaming teammates, a lot of nothing is my issue, right? And when nothing is your issue, you don't have to improve on anything. And when you don't have to improve on anything, you don't see anything wrong with your game. You don't see anything wrong with what you're doing, and you'll never improve. And these are the reasons why you're this ranked. I'm telling you guys, when I'm playing ranked, even if I'm being toxic in the chat, yelling at my teammates and saying, "Oh, it's your fault." Secretly, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Secretly, I'm judging myself. I'm really saying, "Oh, what did I do wrong there? What really could I have done to make that better?" And even if they were the ones making the mistake, I'm telling myself, what could I have done to carry that situation? Even if they were doing bad, right? So yeah, I would say for these bottom ranks, bronze, silver, gold, and even plat to even diamond, I'd say. All of these have like a blanket issue, okay? It's just lack of accountability and lack of thinking that you as an individual player need to get better. And take it from someone that has soloed the rank, okay? I didn't have a stack. I didn't have anyone to rely on. The only person that I could rely on was me and myself, okay? That's it. And truly I do emphasize the solo because I definitely think it is more impressive than if you were stacking, because it is a team game. You get so much more out of teamwork, calming with each other, and just being a team overall, right? There was times where I would play full games without a lick of communication to any one of my teammates. Now plat is you know, kind of where it gets a little tricky, because it's really a toss-up, I'd say. Like, you kind of want to win, but you might not care too much, right? But that's okay. Like, if you really genuinely just you're taking it easy, you have somewhat of a competitive bone in your body, but you're just taking it easy. You recognize that the game for what it is, right? It's a game. Who cares? But maybe, you know, you're somewhat competitive, you like winning, you're probably plat. My tip to get out of plat is you need to take that competitive bone that you have and bring it out every game. And if you really want to get out of plat, you're probably decent at aiming, you probably understand the game, you understand the game modes. You just gotta take those moments that you don't really care, or that you don't really mind on which way the game swings, and just continue to care, honestly, and you'll easily be diamond. Everything up to plat is, again, just lack of caring, lack of really applying yourself, right? All the way up until diamond, it truly is just those general tips to give about applying yourself, caring a little bit more about the win, and not just completely being mindless when you play. But in diamond, it's a little different, because now you understand the game, your mechanics are decent, maybe even good, but now everyone is on that level, and you actually really have to do something here to win, okay? Now, with diamond players, the number one tip I can give you diamond players is this. You die too much. You die way too much. You understand the game, you can aim well, you know what to do with your abilities, you understand the game modes, but you die. And you die a lot. The way I got out of diamond, simply die less. Just die less. And I know that sounds very, you know, like cliche or almost boring, but really what I'm trying to say is learn your boundaries. Learn how far is too far, because you can easily push a good play into being a throw very quickly by dying. I would be mostly giving in general tips, because truly those bottom ranks, you could work on general things and get out of the ranks, right? But if you're diamond, you know all of these or most of these in general things to do. That's why you're in diamond. So it gets a little bit more specific the higher you go up the ranks. So I will give a direct tip. You diamond players, you die too much. You turn a good thing into a bad thing, okay? You turn a good play that you maybe think you should be doing, like making a play if you're a DPS player, or making a good dive, into you just dying, falling over, and now you did a bad thing, okay? Now, if you're GM, you probably are average or above average with your mechanics. You know what you're doing. You understand the game modes, how they work, and you may even have a deeper understanding of the game. Like, yeah, you know how to fight, but you also know when the correct time to fight is. You know when the correct time to disengage is and regroup, right? So you have these little niche, deeper understandings of each aspect of the game. Like, you might know more fundamentally, like how the cooldowns work and tracking ults and stuff like that. I'm really trying to sit and think about what my best critique of a GM player would be, or even the best critique of myself when I was in GM, what it would be. Okay, here it is. Okay, here it is. When you're GM, you know exactly what you could do to potentially win the game. You know exactly what character you could switch to. You know exactly what you could be doing more or less of, but you choose not to do it because you think that, oh, I'm GM, I'm so good, I could keep doing this and make it work because I'm good and I've gotten to this level. So for example, if you're playing dive and you're playing BP or whatever character, Magic, Psylocke, and you are getting stomped, you know switching off to a better character or a character that will more fit your comp would easily make the game 10 times easier for you and your teammates. You just decide that you're going to make it work. I'm sorry, bud. You got to put that ego aside. You got to do what's going to make you win the game. And I'm telling you, Celestial players are just GM players that are just able to put their ego aside for a second and do what's going to make them win the game. Like I said, you're GM. You know how to win. You know how to play the game. You know how to spot what's wrong. Now it's up to you to do it. But if you're going to hold on to that ego, you're going to hold on to your ways, you're going to make BP work, you're going to make the flying character work, you're going to make the no shield tank. Hey, talking to you tanks out there. You're going to make the no shield tank work. I'm going to make thing work. It's going to happen. It's going to, you know. Oh, you're going to make it work because you're so good you've gotten to GM. Nope. Not how it works. All right, well, that should be the end of this little series or whatever. My whole team's dead. You know, if I think of something new, I'll put it in. But yeah, this should be the end. Thanks for watching. Biggest thing I'd say from this whole video is start applying yourselves. I believe in you. You should believe in you. You know, think about your mistakes. And when you're in the higher ranks, stop having an ego. All right. Later.